pathetic. You are pathetic, Rocksteady, and there's a reason why you've gone through 2 rounds of layoffs since you released this disaster, and why you had to scrabble together some type of inane conclusion to your hyphenated story that you wanted to tell. Because you remember, okay, when Suicide Squad killed the Justice League dropped at the beginning of last year, in on and around this time, like we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary. Unfortunately, they won't quite hit it because the final drop of content just released, and it revealed that, yeah, you know all of that fervor and all of that hatred that we got for ruthlessly killing Batman, okay, besmirching the final voice performance of the legendary Kevin Conroy by having stupid Harley Quinn monologue and put one right between his eyes. It wasn't Batman. It was a clone. It was a clones all along. The Justice League is fine, guys. This wasn't a slapdash attempt to somehow put a band-aid on a gunshot wound, as it is. Adopting a completely different visual style to make you guys forget and to get excited for our next rumored Batman project that Rocksteady has in the pipe. No, of course, this was always the plan. They were always clones. Go to hell. Do you believe that this was actually Rocksteady had in mind when they released this divisive disaster brought to you by Sweet Baby Inc.? I would just tell you to go ahead and firmly attach the helmet that you have to wear at all times, because we're going in raw, baby. Batman was a clone. They were all clones. They just walked it all back with the last update. Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. Let's watch this dog shit. It's only 2 minutes long, shall we?
So we phased our butts into Brainy's lair, and he was steamed.
God, it's been a minute since I've heard that insufferable Harley Quinn. And Tara Strong is a fantastic voice actor, by the way. Okay, like she's a total nutcase, okay, but she's very good at her job. And she's done Harley Quinn before. I think that she voiced her all the way through in the previous Arkham games. It's just, I don't know what her direction was this time around, and also the way that they wasted Samoa Joe's voice talents with King Shark. It's like this entire production is cursed, and it's been a minute since I've listened to anything that she's done in this game, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks. Anyways.
But guess who else showed up?
Brainiac, that's enough. Kryptonian, you're indubitably too discombobulated to fight.
Oh my god, I guess it's pretty obvious that Sweet Baby Inc. was still helping out with the dialogue even this late into development. Holy shit, bro, this is really true. Like, Superman doesn't talk like that, and I understand that this is supposed to be, maybe it's the unreliable narrator, and it's just Harley exaggerating some shit. But why would Superman have a proper British dialect? God damn it, this game is so stupid.
Don't you know, Brainiac? Anything's possible with a little help from your friends.
Thought he meant us for a second, but of course he meant bats. Ow! That says
The criminals.
that's us did well following his plan. Though
Yeah, and there's Jon Stewart. Where's Barry Allen? Okay, is he down there? No, he's down there in the corner. Sorry, my recording software has him all covered up, but you can see him down there in the bottom right-hand corner. Oh, see, everybody's there. It's all fine. But what about Wonder Woman? Was she also a clone? Because she ended up getting evaporated as well. Is she gonna pop up? I haven't watched this clip yet, but it's gonna be interesting if they're just gonna go ahead and recontextualize. Yeah, Wonder Woman was also a clone who was held up as this absolute champion, even though she cared very little about the Justice League. But apparently a clone, okay, a clone of the Flash, who ended up getting pissed on, who also saved the Justice League twice before he got brainwashed by and again, okay, oh my god, this game is so fucking stupid, but you're trying to hold people who got brainwashed responsible for taking their I thought the people who write this were all about the party of consent, right? Like, I thought that was your guys' pet bugaboo. But apparently not. No, see guys, it's just clones. Fuck
how
off.
did we figure out Brainy had cloned the League? We were like, there were clones?
Oh my god, guys, see, they were clones. See, Brainiac just cloned them all. That's exactly what he's known for. Not for brainwashing and controlling and mind controlling people. No, he's known for making clones, first and foremost. Okay, I can't reference all of, DC's lore. Like, they've been going for a very long time. Maybe he makes clones, but I know Brainiac, and very likely you, if you understand and you know who Brainiac is, yeah. What is he most known for? Yeah, exactly. Making clones, right? Thanks, Rocksteady, for plugging that plot hole.
Anyway, we totally laid it out. If we took him back, Walla would make them into even bigger tools. More importantly, she'd totally 86 us. Soup said the League needs to atone.
What?
For everything that happened.
Oh, so they have to take responsibility, not the Suicide Squad who let everybody die and didn't give a shit about the 95% of people they got turned to dust by Brainiac. Were they also clones as well? Because what was it? I think it was 95%. It was either higher than that. It might have been 98%. Okay, it was something like that immediately just got turned to dust, and then the other 2 or 5% got turned into slaves. I wonder if all of them were also clones, because there was no resolution for them, and the Suicide Squad never went in and tried to save any of the people who were enslaved. But it's the Justice League that needs to atone. Holy shit.
Starting with freeing all the folks Brainy tentacle wrapped, then putting as many worlds right as they can.
Oh, so it was the Justice League. Oh my god, bro. Like see, at least they're the heroes, okay? Because they're the bad guys, okay? We don't have to take responsibility, even though they got brainwashed, okay? Or, I'm sorry, they got cloned. They got cloned and held captive, which I don't know how you do that, but they didn't think about it that much, mostly because they just, slapdash put this ending on the back end to just try to wrap everything up as quickly as possible. That's why they had to adopt, yes, a completely different art style in order to do this. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it too much. Because I'm being hit by this story. You got the brainwashed captives taking responsibility for everybody else who got enslaved, but Harley's just presenting this as like, nah, and they were bad, but now they're good. God.
As for us, we had a plan too.
I'm sure you did.
Did I mention the Wonder Trio up hack, Lawless and Toy Boy shorted out our bombs? That's important for the next part. At the end of the day, this squad sticks together.
Oh my God.
Why not do it out there in the Elseworlds instead of a freaking prison block?
Oh, so they made sure to properly commemorate Lex Luthor. They also let die. I forget the specifics on that one. And then, yes, of course, properly memorialize Wonder Woman, okay? Who also didn't give a shit about the denizens of Metropolis at all whatsoever and was single-mindedly trying to go after Superman.
Road trip! Don't you love a happy ending? Even Waller gets to say she saved the world. And she will, if she knows what's good for her. Suicide Squad out!
God, the only thing more perfect would be is after she delivered that Suicide Squad outline, there was a subsequent gunshot sound. Fucking yuck, bro. But Suicide Squad is dead. It's done. It's over. Rocksteady reveals Arkham Batman and the rest of the heroes aren't in fact dead at all in their scrambling rewrite of the conclusion. After a tumultuous year defined by criticism, financial losses, and plummeting reputation, Rocksteady's Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League has concluded its disastrous live service run. Final twist, those beloved Justice League heroes, including Kevin Conroy's iconic Arkham Batman, weren't actually killed. They were clones! For fans, the reaction isn't shock or relief. It's pure apathy at this point in time. It's like, we know what your intentions were. You're just trying to save face at this point. Fuck off. Damage is done. The attempt at retconning the narrative only highlights Rocksteady's failure to respect the legacy of these characters and the expectations of its audience when it threw in with narrative design from Sweet Baby Inc. Not the first game, but arguably the most prominent game that really kicked all of this stuff off last year. From the outset, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League was controversial. Let's take a walk down memory lane now that this is the only thing that's left to do, perhaps, with this game is maybe report on final sales totals if those ever do come out, like the 1 year after. Okay, this is how many copies we shipped, and we're just trying to recoup anything that we can, in tax filing documents, how much money they actually made off of this. Don't know for sure, 'cause I don't even imagine there was anybody on the whale side of this keeping it afloat. This must have been a cataclysmic failure, and there's probably some earnings calls from Warner Brothers coming out here in the next couple of months that'll be very, very illuminating. Anyways, the game dared to depict Harley Quinn shooting Batman, or the Arkhamverse Batman portrayed by the late Kevin Conroy point blank. It wasn't just a jarring narrative choice. It felt like an insult to the character and the franchise. Well, yeah, it was, because there were several politically charged insults that were delivered in her stupid monologue with an underlying subtext of how Harley Quinn was improperly treated by Batman before in the other Arkham games. Rocksteady, once celebrated for its handling of the Batman mythos, turned its back on what made their Arkham series beloved, replacing tight storytelling with shallow spectacle and live service tropes. I mean, the fact that the Flash didn't get as highlighted as Batman just kind of lets you know that there's a lot of people who are criticizing this game didn't even pay it enough due, because, okay, for as obvious as the Batman disrespect was, like, the rest of the stuff, it was also really terrible, okay? Like, them depicting Jon Stewart's Green Lantern, you know, he's so self-absorbed, well, I guess his clone, right? Shut up. Of him wearing Green Lantern boxers after the fact. Like, Superman got done dirty with the stupid mechanics of the game and the boss fight, which was absolutely pathetic. Oh, you know how you beat Superman? You shoot him a lot with your guns. Really cool stuff. Great stuff that you have there. Rocksteady at one point in time legitimately changing the game when it came to third-person action combat, all of a sudden just becomes some stupid point-and-drool shooter. I mean, it's one of those falls from grace that if you take a look over at Naughty Dog, it's like, well, you could kind of see how they ended up tumbling down the mountain. When it comes to Rocksteady, it's like, why did you have to throw in like that? Like, you guys were riding high for a minute, but I digress. Fans hope the multiverse introduced post-launch might be a way to salvage these characters. No, actually, nobody did, because after all of the story beats came out, and then you started to see all the DLC come out, okay, you had Gay Joker, and then you had Mrs. Freeze. Oh my god, you also had little baby Poison Ivy looking like Greta Thunberg getting hit on by Harley Quinn. God damn it, man. This game was total trash. No. It's just all about Batman and how woke is bad, I guess. The twist, doesn't erase the original campaign's failure or a blatant disregard of fan expectations. And running through the fuck, man, like there's so much dumb shit in this. But yeah, after the credits roll, and then you have this big emotional send off to Kevin Conroy, have it voiced over by Lois Lane, and then right after that you have the hard cut to the level up screen with all of the bells and whistles and look at your unlocks. Just the tonal inconsistency in this game, brought to you by the likes of Sweet Baby Inc. And I mean, bro, is there any reason as to why, or is there any surprise as to why this failed when you have the likes of, Sweet Baby Inc. strikes again with another talentless narrative twist in the game's ending? Clones, really, none of the story meant anything at the end of the day. Weak, overdone trope of Suicide Squad kill the Justice League. Not that anybody is even surprised at this point. Corporations actually pay them for this, slop. These people are brain-dead, talentless hacks clinging to activism to buoy an otherwise undeserved career. Exactly, and you got lead script writer Ben Schrader and all of the other hacks that you have come to know and love over the past year. And people like this with profiles like this, Great Big Baby, Sweet Baby Inc., X, Splash Damage, Rocksteady Games, Bungie, oh my god, yeah. Why does what's it like to see all of your favorite franchises go down in flames? Black Lives Matter, trans rights, or human rights, he/him, whatever, man. And then this post that we have right here, like, let's take a look at this. It's been almost 3 years since I left Rocksteady, but I still feel a strong connection to this game. We worked hard to make the dialogue and the cinematics stand out. Did you really? Because that's even more pathetic if you actually worked hard on that shit and you're not just trying to, big up your contribution, because if you worked hard, like, you're really bad at your job. But anyways, which is borne out in the game's reviews thus far. Yeah, just how disjointed as the gameplay and the dialogue and the narrative was in the game, like the reviews were even more so. There you had some people praising the story and denigrating the gameplay, and you had other people doing the flip reverse on that, saying, well, the gameplay's fun, the story's a bit cringe. But to say that the game reviewed positively, I mean, that is a stretch that requires Plastic Man to come in for. Like, I'm glad that this game is done and dusted, because even though I don't have the strongest attachment to any of these Arkham characters, I can empathize with fans of the franchise. You had shit that you know and love completely and totally trotted upon by activist freaks that want nothing to do with making a good game, adding to an established lore, but instead, like Smash JT points out, subverting an already successful brand, bleeding it dry in order to buoy their otherwise undeserved career. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.